support for him. He's a wonderful young man who's been touched by cancer, and he wants to give back too, and he's giving back in a very wonderful, generous way. And thank you so much. I'm so glad we could be there for you when you needed us, and now I'm happy that you're there for so many other people when they need your help. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Gwynneth Gorman, who's our interim program director of Cedars Cancer Support, and she's going to give you an idea of what some of the many services. I don't think you can go through all of them, but she'll tell some of the services and probably focus on the adolescent young adult group that Hans Paul is interested in.
I will be speaking quickly, so if your head is spinning, rest assured it's not the wine, it's all the information coming at you. But I want to start by just acknowledging my first experience with Hans Paul, and he mentioned the retreat that he went on. And I was there, I was coordinating it, and I was at that retreat. And what I found so striking at that retreat for those 3 days was your positivity, was your initiative. Hans Paul spent the weekend taking photographs of every single participant at that retreat. And very, in action, laughing, engaged in the canoeing or sport or all sorts of different activities. And at the end, on the last day, as we were closing up and saying goodbye, he asked each person to write a sentence. And it had to begin with, "I celebrate." And then the person had to complete their sentence. And all these words went to Hans Paul at the photographs, and he produced a beautiful book. A book that went out for all the participants for that camp. And to this day, people come back and say to me how wonderful that book is. It is a memorabilia that people hold on for the rest of their lives. So I still want to thank you again for doing that for us. So our programs, we have many, and really we can break them down into 3 main categories. We have practical services, we have education services, we have emotional support, psychosocial services. And all of them are relevant in different ways at different times for different people. So something that's practical examples of these might be helping a woman be fitted for a wig. We donate wigs for free for women. We have turbans and hats. It might be humanitarian funds. Some people need financial support. They need help paying for medications or home care. They might need help with parking because it's not easy parking here at the Royal Victoria Hospital. It might be coming in the form of the hospitality cart. People are waiting for hours in a day, waiting for their treatments, waiting to see the doctor. And just receiving a coffee or a juice or a biscuit can go a long way. Having someone to listen to them and providing them some nourishment, providing directions. There's a variety of different ways that we're trying to offer practical support. In education support, we have information pamphlets, we have a lending library, we have a coordinator, education coordinator, that will sit with someone one-on-one and help them understand the language, the jargon, the medical jargon that they're hearing from their nurses and their doctors. Might help them navigate the system with their questions. Who do I ask these questions to? So this question's for your pharmacist. Give this question to your nurse. This is a question you might want to ask a psychologist. And so we try and help people find their way through this journey because it's not easy and it's very overwhelming. Public lectures are another great way that we try and provide education. And in fact, we had one just last night, moderated by Dr. Shibata. That's the 3rd time we've been mentioned, so I think that's good luck. So we have a public lecture about melanoma, and that's when we bring in experts, oncologists, physicians, radiologists, to talk about advancements in the field, what's happening with treatment and research, and what's going on. It's quite a popular program that we offer. And then in terms of psychosocial, we offer complementary therapies. We have massage, Reiki, music therapy, art therapy, drama therapy, relaxation, yoga. And I think what makes Cancer Support very unique is that we're able to offer these services at the bedside too. Some organizations have outside wellness centers. We're able to actually have these services provided by professionals at the bedside. We have a number of support groups, and probably one of the 2 most popular groups would be the post-treatment group. So people who have finished treatment, this is the first time for many people. They've been very supported by family and friends. They've been very busy with making sure they're getting to their appointments and taking their medications and looking after themselves. And sometimes when it's all done and the dust settles, it's the first time people have a chance to take stock of what's happened and how their life has changed. And that can be a very distressing time. to see that your priorities have changed, to see that there's some fears of the future. Maybe your relationships have changed. And so some people need to come together and try and make sense of what life is now. And again, as Gwen mentioned, the young adult program is something that we really try and emphasize. Young adults are a very small minority in the oncology world, but it's a very, it's a population of people that need a lot of support, a lot of isolation for young adults. It's not common to be diagnosed with cancer when you're young. So where do you go to when you're just trying to start your career? If you have questions about fertility, if you have questions about how you're going to support yourself and independence. So we try and do a lot. Besides the support group, we have the 3-day retreat where we try and get people away from it all. We have educational days where we will bring in experts to talk about nutrition, fertility and sex, finances, and really try and give tools that are useful for young adults to try and move forward and cope. We also have social events, barbecues, ski trips, you name it. It just goes on and on. The possibilities are endless. So really what I'm trying to say is we have many, many services. And I think it's really important that we do. I think it's important that we make sure, we have a responsibility to make sure that these services are relevant and accessible and high quality. But it's important that there's a wide variety, because what will help one person won't help someone else. We need to make sure that we have enough happening that people can really pick and choose their own specialized care plan for what they think is going to help them move forward and get back to life. And so, you know, as our programs continue to grow and expand, that's when we still need support to help support others. And so I just want to thank all of you for being here to support us. It's really, I'm very, very appreciative. Thank you.
Thank you, Gwynneth. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Hans Paul. And with that, please, there's food and drink, and you can ask Dr. Shabada and Gwen some questions. And Hans Paul, to you, to the community, to your family and friends, and to all of everyone here tonight, go online, click, give, support, send the message of positivity that Hans Paul is taking forward, and we're grateful and very appreciative for your helping others, and thank you very, very much. If you need a parking pass,